Hope you enjoy your day. Thanks. Bye.
Shortly, the Vice-chancellor, Professor Bruce Doughton, accompanied by the academic procession, will enter the graduation hall. Once they've taken their positions on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of the national anthem. Would you please stand for the academic procession?
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Budri Gumarai, everyone, and Nalawa. Good afternoon and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this afternoon. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bulgari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. She studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success, your advancement, our advancement. Now, that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions such as these to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here almost 250 years ago, he encountered a people whom he described as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. Now, they owned nothing but the tools they carried, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. Now, these were not primitive societies, these were ancient cultures. So there was no rents and mortgages, no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources which were needed, and then they were shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained with fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. So this is not a dream or an ideal. This is normal life for us and for the longest time. And there's little reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us, but we're a clever people and there's still much magic in the world, I believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, and we are naturally a happy and healthy people. Just share your gifts with the rest of us, keep looking after our countries, and follow that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm sure that we can put together a world and a country that we can be happy with and proud of, and create a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you and welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Vice-chancellor of Macquarie University, Professor Bruce Doughton.
Well, thank you, Chris Tobin, for your warm, generous and very informative welcome to country. It's wonderful to have you with us here again. Thank you. Well, colleagues, guests, family and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, our graduands individually and as a group, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University. I bring our graduands the greetings of our Chancellor, the Honourable Michael Egan, AO, who is unable to be with us here this afternoon due to another commitment. I hope that this will be a very happy and memorable occasion for you all. I saw as I came in today we have several small children, and I think I spotted a very young baby as well. And I want to make particular mention that young children and babies are very welcome at Macquarie University graduations. And unless things have changed since I was a young boy, it's probably impossible for a youngster to sit still or not make a little noise during a graduation ceremony that might last about an hour and a half or an hour and 3/4. I don't want them to, I don't expect them to. I'm a paediatrician by training. I've heard far worse in my consulting rooms, and if the Chancellor were here, he would note that as a retired politician, he's heard far worse rancour in the House of Parliament than any number of children could possibly make during a graduation ceremony. So children, feel free to have a good time. all celebrations, in my view, are enhanced by the presence of children. So go for it, children. Make as much commotion, run around, have a good time. It's wonderful. Now, today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of our graduands here today. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination, perseverance, and you make many sacrifices along the way as well. You've all worked very hard to get where you are today, to this wonderful celebration, and you deserve to feel very proud of your accomplishments. We at the university are also very proud of all that you have achieved, and I will be pleased to congratulate each of you personally as you come up to receive your degrees a little later. I also would like to welcome especially those who are seated down the back on my right and all the way down on my left. You are here as the invited guests of our graduands. And the fact that you have been invited to join in this marvellous celebration with our graduands is proof positive that you have played a very important role in their journey here with us. So, invited guests, congratulations to each of you, and my warmest of welcomes again to you. Now, graduands, you may not realise that you are about to participate in one of Europe's oldest social rituals. If you were to pick a date of, say, AD 1500 and ask how many institutions existed back then, all those centuries ago, that still exist today, there are in fact about 60 such institutions. If you take away, in the Western world, the Roman Catholic Church, the parliaments of England, Iceland and the Isle of Man, and 6 Swiss cantons, or local government areas, the rest are all universities. In fact, ceremonies just such as the one we are about to participate in are even older. For more than 800 years, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones you are wearing today and participating in ceremonies very like this one. And since those earliest graduations, the ceremony has remained essentially unchanged, a defining feature of every university and its students. Now, of course, we all realise that Macquarie University is not one of those ancient universities. We are only just over 50 years old. And though we are among the youngest universities in the world, we are very proud to take part in this time-honoured ceremony. Youth, however, does have its advantages. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We are regarded as one of Australia's leading research-intensive universities and are continually progressing by extending our research, course offerings and modernising our facilities. We now have over 185,000 graduates spread across 140 countries around the world. It's very clear that we are a forward-looking university and that we are on the move. However, I believe that some of the things that visitors to this university remark upon to me regularly will never change. The friendliness of our staff and students is a hallmark of this university, and I regularly receive comments about that by guests at the university. Graduands, remember you will always be very welcome back at your university, Macquarie University. Now, we proudly take our name from a man whom I believe was Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie. A man whose greatness and achievements were never really acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. Those of us educated in the New South Wales school system learned that Macquarie was a great builder, and that is certainly true. If one goes to many of the colonial buildings in downtown Sydney and spread around this state, they have Macquarie's name attached to them. But I believe his greatest legacy has nothing to do with bricks and mortar. It was the ethos he established, much, mind you, to the annoyance of the British authorities at the time, of an egalitarian society in Australia. because it was Macquarie's insistence that in that fledgling convict colony there would be no distinction between the free man and the freed man. Once a convict had served his time and been freed, he was to be treated exactly the same as a free settler who had arrived with the garrison. We believe that that notion is the foundation of the Australian belief in a fair go for everyone. And that is certainly the legacy here at Macquarie University that we will always maintain and honour. Now, ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding Macquarie's greatness on those fronts, it is fair to acknowledge that some of his actions would not pass muster today. Removing Aboriginal children from their families, even for the purpose of their own education, would certainly not be tolerated today. I wonder how many things we accept today that we will look back on one day in the future with a sense of shame. One of the attributes that I hope that here at Macquarie University we will always impart to our students is the capacity for moral and ethical reflection, and a yearning always to help right the wrongs, not just of the past, but of our own time as well. Macquarie University will always be a leader in teaching and learning, and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. Ladies and gentlemen and graduands, I offer you the warmest of welcomes again to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. And in just a few moments, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and to welcome you all as lifelong members of that community of scholars we know as Macquarie University. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Mr. Luke Austin. Mr. Austin has been working for Huawei's local subsidiary since the year 2011, where he was the Chief Financial Officer before recently moving into the role of Deputy CEO. Huawei is a leading private Chinese technology company with an annual revenue of $92 billion and more than 170,000 staff. Prior to joining Huawei, Mr. Austin spent most of his career with IBM and Lenovo, including some time living and working offshore and in various roles that covered Australia and New Zealand, Japan and the Asia-Pacific region. He started his career in chartered accounting at Arthur Andersen. We are proud to claim him as one of our own. He has a Bachelor of Economics degree from Macquarie University and an MBA degree from the Australian Graduate School of Management. I now invite Luke Austin to deliver the occasional address. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Austin.
Thank you for the kind introduction. Mr. Vice-chancellor, members of faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduands and their family and friends. As an alumnus of Macquarie University, it really is a great honour and privilege to be speaking to you today. I won't bore you with my personal stories, but I can tell you I look back very fondly at my years at Macquarie and feel that I learnt a great deal both in the classroom and outside of the classroom. I still remember sitting where you are many years ago, and whilst feeling respect for the faculty and senior officers on the stage, my real priority was, of course, to receive my degree as quickly as possible and then to join my family to celebrate. And it was in this hall, and I remember receiving my degree from Michael Kirby those many years ago. Today, all the graduates should, of course, feel genuinely very proud of their achievement. Not only have you demonstrated your intelligence and your ability to acquire knowledge and skills, but more importantly, in my opinion, you've shown resilience and perseverance over a number of years to see your degree through to the end. Therefore, when Macquarie graduates are considered for employment, the potential employer will know at the very least that they have the required knowledge and tenacity to do the job. However, I do want to add that there are some other crucial areas where from here onwards you will need to continue to build your skills. Let me give you a couple of examples. Collaboration. Your university work in many cases involve collaboration with fellow students. This skill needs to be deepened as you commence your working life. Those graduates who are able to collaborate across cultural lines, across seniority, across organisational boundaries, and in particular with individuals who have conflicting interests and varying attitudes, those graduates will add particular value to the organisation beyond that of their peers. It's been accepted wisdom for many years now that diverse teams are more effective than homogenous teams. Whilst on the topic of collaboration, please remember to value and nurture your current network of fellow students. It's one of my regrets. I have a number of good friends from university, but I've lost contact with too many people. Please, you should look for opportunities to communicate with your fellow students and even help them over the coming years. This may involve something as simple as messaging them on the anniversary of your graduation. What is clear is that the most valuable and fulfilling part of your network is often those acquaintances who you only communicate with sporadically rather than your close friendships. The trick is ensuring that the contact is sporadic and not non-existent. Another important skill is empathy. This may seem like a strange skill for graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics, but it's becoming increasingly important in today's world of digital disruption and automation. The most obvious application of empathy in a business context is having a deep understanding of the desires and the pain points of your customers. The starting point may be based on complex data analytics of customer buying behaviour, an area, incidentally, where finance and accounting skills are very useful. But it's the ability to put yourself in the shoes of the customer and apply judgment and intuition to interpreting their situation that's the most valuable. This ability to be empathetic can also extend beyond customers to other key stakeholders, including staff, executives, suppliers, and even regulators. And remember that the relevant stakeholder in some cases may be neither deserving nor likeable, but you still forge ahead in understanding and satisfying their needs. So collaboration, including networking and empathy, are two examples of skill sets that you should be further developing as you commence your working life post-graduation. However, ever more important than these skills and capability is your attitude. We're all familiar with Peter Drucker's famous maxim that culture eats strategy for breakfast. And the reality is that the creation of a productive culture is a top priority in the most successful organisations. And graduate employees are required to demonstrate an attitude that will contribute to that culture in a positive way. My last quote's from Jeff Bezos from Amazon, who requests that his staff be obsessed with what the customer wants, which ties to my previous point on empathy, and also that they should lead with, quote, heart, intuition, curiosity, guts, and taste. I would probably add flexibility and patience to this list. This is where attitude and culture play an important role, but they can be difficult to work on as they really are based on experience rather than textbooks or business journals. My recommendation is that in addition to being aware of the need to adopt the right attitude, including having a strong work ethic, you should seek out mentors and role models, both within and outside your organisation, who can guide and coach you. So once again, congratulations on your graduation today, you should feel justifiably proud and should take the time to celebrate with friends and family. And then turn your focus to your working life and further building your capability in areas that are becoming increasingly important in today's business world, such as empathy and collaboration. Remember finally that your journey ahead will undoubtedly not be a straight road. It will have some sharp turns and some steep hills, many of them unexpected. Your time at Macquarie should undoubtedly equip you well for that journey. Thank you again for the privilege of speaking today.
Well, graduands and ladies and gentlemen, there we have a very fine occasional address for the graduation this afternoon, and I would urge our graduands to take heed to a lot of what Mr. Austin said there. There's very, very wise advice in there, coming, I think, a little bit from his Macquarie University education and a lot from his experience as a senior professional over a substantial period. Our graduations are, of course, being live streamed. Earlier in the week, we learned that there were 66 different national sites around the world chiming into our graduations, and they are recorded on the web forever. So if you ever strike a tough spot in your career and need to reground yourself with some good, simple, short and practical advice, I suggest you go back and find the ceremony and particularly listen to Mr. Austin's remarks, because there's wise words in there. I think he deserves another great round of applause. Thank you. Now, as Vice-chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees upon those who have complied with the university's requirements for such awards. Now, if Chancellor Egan were here, he would be demanding of the registrar that she not only certify that you have met all the requirements, but that you've also never missed a class or never submitted an assignment late or anything like that. I call upon the registrar, Ms. Gail White, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met all the requirements for your degrees. Registrar.
Vice-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
That's all of you, yes. This is the moment. In the name of Macquarie University Council and by my authority delegated from the Council as Vice-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Vice-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics, and I call on Professor Stephen Brammer, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Economics, to present the graduates. Professor Brammer.
Vice-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics. The Faculty of Business and Economics is the largest faculty at Macquarie University and one of the largest in Australia. We're an applied, engaged and global business school. Our role is to create knowledge through applied research in the areas of marketing, management, finance, economics, actuarial studies and accounting. Working with our academic and corporate partners, students and alumni, we create and share research that addresses business and societal challenges. Our programs are innovative and include engagement with industry as well as the development of employability skills. The skills developed are in demand globally. Our programs are recognised and accredited by key industry bodies, and we enjoy a strong reputation amongst the business and professional communities. Our graduates have starting salaries well above the average for all Australian business schools. These graduates have the skills, knowledge and purpose to make a positive contribution to their families, to their communities and to the world. Vice-Chancellor, I'm proud to present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you've admitted to degrees. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the degree of Bachelor of Science, Nicolette Talia Marangos. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Ruwei Wen Chin. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting, Yi-Yoon Kang. Ki-Bum Kim. Yu-D Ma. James Macquarie. Mung Yi Ma. Luke MacArthur. Mohammed Asiraf bin Mohammed Firdaus. Noriko Jo Nai. James Kai Soan Nguyen. Kan Van Nguyen. Nathan Nguyen. Phil Nguyen. John Carlo Olino. Dudu Pan. Zepeng Pan. Ji-Hoon Park. Kevin Park. Min Woo Park. Heti Arachige Avishka Janat Pereira. Tanatorn Padamchit. Dio Quinn Hua Pham. Gibson Pham. Queen Tan Pham. Wilson Dwi Pham. Sheena Shriyanta Prasad. Edward Pym. Shin Chi. Ahmad Rida Rahrib. Avinash Rajpal. Mahmood Musa Rauda. James Rose. Sakher George Sakher. Jernhao Shao. Donald Yen Kuei Shen. Xiao Wei Shi. Hyun Kiyu Sien. Sio Felici Latu Ola He Lotu Sikalu. Simran Kaur Singh. Jayazel Anna Marie Soriano. Jason Omar Soto. Jonah Nicholas Sukar. Dylan Sutrisno. Shreya Takale. Kevin Giovanni Tanu. Carla Terry. Quen Yu Tai. Gerard Chosecco. Hong An Jan. Hui Duke Jan. Sir Lam Sang. Nomintuya Undrak. Leila Alejandra Valencia. Ananti Valautapilai. Biraj Singh. Jiachi Wang. Jing Wang. Ro Wen. Kai Wong. Ximing Wong. Hao Sung Wu. Jiajo Wu. Shi Wu. Yuan Jiawu. Run Chun Chia. Yu Xiu. Jian Yi Shu. Ke Ren Shu. Shi Chun Yong. Jia Mao Ye. Yuan Ye. Dan Yu. Vanessa Man Sam Yuen. Maolin Zhang. Li Chun Zhong. Baoya Zhang. Shi Qian Zhang. Xin Yuan Zhang. Guanmeng Yue Zhao. Rui Zhao. Andrew Jern. Xin Yuan Jern. Yu Ting Zhong. Jingyi Zhou. Junhui Zhou. Sir Yuan Zhou. Yu Shuan Zhou. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Global Business, Daria Erefivsky. Gareth William Jones. Michael Lamb. Sydney Liang. Hulshan Lee. Guy John McInerney. Marissa Papiano. Daniel Ricardo Perez Claro. Charlie Smith. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting, Professional with a degree of Master of Commerce, Aniket Ravindra Chavan. Marie Cortez. Netmi Asmita da Silva. Lanling Kong. Qingpin Hu. Abhigya Mala. Binglu Qian. Nan Nan Ruan. Akshay Mahesh Siwani. Kai Jian Yong. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting, Vishal Balaji Srinivasan. Ping Chuan Chun. Yue Chun. Yumeng Du. Zhao Yonggan. Pujita Govardhan Meenakshi. Hao Han. Faria Hassan. Nia Khan Huan. Vinay Kumar Konananor Nagarajan. Kai Chi Lin. Viet Hoa Nguyen. Yayun Pang. Louis Pratik Rajan. Urvi Kirti Rana. Miao Sun. Chin Ruai Sun. Xiao Han Sun. Wen Chung Shu. Run Chi Zheng. Zhihao Zhou, who has been awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting, CPA Extension. Ria Awasti. Chumeng Chen. Rajat Chopra. Shi Gao. Xu Yangguo. Nirajan Gurung. Rahul Kalra. Xinyi Li. Jing Xuan Liu. Yunling Liu. Jun Liu. Di Lu. Ke Jia Chiu. Harvin Mahesh Kumar Shah. Hang Wang. Beidi Shue. Wei Yan. Zhe Yingyong. Yue Zhang. Yu Qingzhang. Chang Xiaojun. Da Se Yuan Zuo. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration, Daniel Joseph Carter. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of International Accounting, Leonel Lira Mendoza. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting Professional, Navjeet Singh. Ying Chong Gao. Vice-chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Vice-chancellor, I call on Mr. Avinash Rajpal, who has graduated today with a Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Mr. Rajpal.
Vice-Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and distinguished guests, I'm honoured and privileged for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the graduates today. When I was asked to speak today, I did have some hesitation. I was asked to speak about my journey as a student. I would like to be honest, I'm not any different from anyone sitting in front of us today. My journey is not that different. My journey isn't at all impressive. The responsibility to convey the collective journey that we've all had is a daunting task, because we're all so different and yet the same. To start off, my journey, it truly began in Wollongong, where as an 18-year-old I had to decide where I would begin my adult life. I had to decide what I would potentially be doing for the large part of my life. I had to decide where I'd be going and what I'd potentially be studying. Many things conspired and I ended up at Macquarie University studying a Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting. I vividly remember my first day arriving on campus, a Tuesday, while O Week was going on. I had never come to the uni before, but somehow stumbled onto the central courtyard where I was greeted with a camel. Like the surprise of the camel, the next 3 years of my life brought with them new surprises, many debits, many credits, but all things considered and balanced, here I am, ready to be let loose on the world. Today I graduate alongside my cohort of equally talented, intelligent, open-minded, diverse group of students, or graduates now. We've all had our individual ups and downs, our individual journeys to get where we are today. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. Our turn to do great things begin today. Good luck. My cohort today is different, but we all have one thing in common today, the impact of our teachers. These degrees that we're getting today are not just the representation of our hard work, but the hard work of those around us. The hard work of the amazing lecturers, teachers, and tutors that have put their dedication, effort, and made it their life's work to provide us with the education, the power to achieve something, the power to make something of ourselves. On behalf of everyone graduating today, I would like to say thank you to all of our teachers. This degree is also an indication of the support of our parents, who through their sacrifices and guidance have allowed us the opportunity to be here today and allowed us to keep moving forward. Thank you. This journey has been long and arduous, but it will pay off. We are now ready to enter the big wide world with the hope and the quest to make our mark on it. Although this journey is ending, another shall begin. From what we have achieved thus far, I think we are ready. To end, I would like to answer the first ever question asked of me at university. Dr. Medard Endros, in my first accounting class, began the class with the question, "Are you having fun?" Well, unfortunately, he's not here today, but in response, Dr. Endros, I can confirm I did have fun. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Avinash, on your degree and on a wonderful speech this afternoon. Again, appropriately, I think, reminding us all to always be thoughtful about those who have helped us along the journey and the importance of having fun. That's great advice. Another great round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, that wonderful voice belongs to Ms. Angela Brewer. We are very fortunate indeed to have Angela sing at almost every graduation here. Please join me in giving her another great round of applause. I'd like to also thank our musicians on the organ, Dr. James Forsyth. And on the Chinese transverse flute, Dr. Chai Chang-ing. Now, graduates, we've been very fortunate, as we do at every graduation, to have representatives of the alumni community here with us to help us make sure graduations run smoothly over this way and on my left. Please join me in thanking them as well. Now, graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of your association with us. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of that larger Macquarie University family, which is our alumni, and part of the network, as I mentioned earlier, of now over 185,000 alumni spread around the world. We will keep in touch with you through the Alumni Relations Office, and I hope you will come back to campus to visit, to attend alumni events, perhaps to undertake more study, although I'm sure that's not what's on your minds right now, or even just to wander around the beautiful grounds of the university. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. I urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you this far. I urge you also to think of how you can help others out along the way as well. You don't have to do much sometimes to make a difference in someone's life. And you don't have to be Einstein to change the world either. Sometimes a kind gesture or a kind word can mean the difference enormously to someone at a time of distress. So I urge you always to give thought to what you can do for others along the way as well. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you come across along life's journey. My hope is that as graduates of this great university, you will use what you have learned here not only for your own betterment and the betterment of your family, but also for the betterment of your community and the world at large. And in all you do, I urge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. I hope you will also always remember the people who have helped you out along the way, many of whom are here with us today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I am now going to ask you to do a couple of things for me, graduates. First, I'd like all of our new graduates to please stand. Now I'd like you to place your testimonies on your seats behind you, turn around and face your family and friends and give them a mighty round of applause in appreciation and thanks. Now you can turn around, but don't sit down just yet, as we'll be leaving shortly. Here on the dais are representatives of our academic staff who have supported you throughout your journey. Please join me in thanking them as well. Now, graduates, please remain standing, but do pick up your testimonies from the seat behind you. I wouldn't like you to leave those behind. You've worked hard for them, and I wouldn't want them lost right now. The official party will soon leave the courtyard, followed by the graduates. As we do, Dr. Forsyth will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played at ceremonies just like this one for centuries. This music, with an age-old set of Latin lyrics, which begins as Gaudeamus igitur, nos habebit juventutem. In translation, this graduation exit song starts out as, "Therefore, let us rejoice, for we will always be young." This song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the very same time, at the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of city, of state, and importantly, of happiness. Again, to the newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for lives filled with success, satisfaction, and most importantly, happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly, I will lead the official party out, followed by the graduates. I then invite you all to follow along in the procession as the graduates move out, down to the marquee for some light refreshments. In closing today's wonderful ceremony of celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudeamus igitur, let us therefore rejoice.